The Ramble Football Club is proudly sponsored by Glasby Pallets, offering a one-stop solution for all of your pallet needs. Get in touch now on 01709 585 646 to discuss your pallet requirements. And thank you again to Sonny and the team for their continued support of Ramble FC.
Hello and welcome to Football Therapy. Here we are, Thursday night, slotting here, trying to give ourselves that bit of therapy we all need as football fans. Certainly we need as Sheffield United supporters at the moment. But across the footballing world, we're going to be discussing some things tonight about what happened in the transfer window. We're getting through that first initial stage of the season, nearly a quarter of the season, or about a quarter of the season gone already. How have those new signings settled in? Is there any real success stories? We want to hear from you because we've had a little general look across the divisions, all four divisions of the Football League in England, and just had a look at some of the people who are pulling up some trees early on. If there's some people who've gone a bit under the radar at your clubs and you want to give them a mention, then please get in the comments and we'll discuss it and you have your say on who you think has started the season really, really well. Unfortunately for us as Blades, it might not be too many to talk about, unfortunately. I'm not on my own tonight. Of the four, the fabulous four, I've got my guest, and who's probably gazumped me as having the best intro. I know my son thinks it is and sings it at me most days, and I find myself even singing it now. Here he is. It's Baldwin.
Yeah, that's Baldy.
Mate, it's the banger. It's an absolute toe tapper, and you can't deny it. It's absolutely beautiful. How you doing, mate? Are you well?
Yeah, thank you. Yourself?
Yes, mate. Yeah, I've been looking forward to doing this actually because what happens is behind the scenes a little bit, we have a discussion in the week about what we're going to discuss. And Lee, what were you saying, Lee? What was one of the topics you were talking about? I said, go on. What did you say? I can't remember.
I think about most overrated players of the season.
Most overrated players of the season, which I think reflected the mood as a Sheffield United supporter at that point. But I decided I'll chuck something in that might be a bit more positive and a chance for us to discuss some of the signings that have gone well so far. Obviously, it's early days, and it doesn't mean that because we might say, oh, they haven't started very well. It doesn't mean that they're written off. We're not writing anybody off because we know that sometimes it takes a season for some players to bed in and whatever. But in this early stage, who's really hit the ground running and who sort of hit the ground straight, just ran straight onto the floor. So yeah, we're going to discuss it. We're going to start ourselves in League Two. Lee, who did you go for in League Two as someone who's just a bit of a standout signing early doors?
I've gone for Adibola Oluwu from Salford, who's
mate, you're not allowed him if you can't say his name.
They signed him on a free from Barnet in the summer. He's a very, very big, tall, front foot defender, wins a lot of aerial battles, gets in a lot of interceptions. Sort of defender that we could do with at Sheffield United. I'm not going to talk about Sheffield United tonight. And he's helped shore up Salford's back line, and they are looking quite good this year to go up.
Do you think that they get a little bit of? Do you think players are more keen to go there? I know in that division, there's not a lot of there's not fees really paid either for players. They tend to pick on their deals, and their deals don't seem to be, certainly not in the Chelsea mold of the 7 and 8 year deals, but they tend to be on short-term contracts, don't they, and get picked up for nothing. Do you think that the draw of the Gary Neville, that little celebrity thing is a thing for players, and maybe plucking some of the best talent maybe on that basis?
I definitely do. I mean, if you're a player, a young player, he's 25, this lad, like I say, came from a free from Barnet. And if you want to, you learn your trade, you're going to ask Scholes what to do. You're going to ask Roy Keane, who goes and watches them. You're going to ask Beckham. You're going to try and take some of their knowledge off them. And, if you've got a chance to go to Salford and listen to them, or you're going to go to Chesterfield and listen to Paul Cook, no offence to Chesterfield, of course. But
no, of course, you've no bias there at all, have you?
No, not at all. But you're going to go and try and get the knowledge from the players who've played at the highest level, aren't you?
Yeah, I guess it's that thing of it's a little bit of limelight in it as well because of the TV program and I don't know, there's a bit more kudos and they're doing well actually, aren't they? They're looking well in that position. And I've gone for another one, not a player who would excite everybody when first signed. I think he's been around the divisions quite a while playing for Wycombe before. He's Daniel Udoh, who's a striker who Salford have signed. From League One, from Wycombe, the league above, which when a player, he wasn't prolific there, but he's come into it. He's a Nigerian player. He's got 4 goals and 4 assists in 8 matches. He is 29 years old. Again, we spoke about this, about buying players who potentially are coming into their prime maybe at 29. He's certainly one of those, isn't he? There's a lot of players bought really, really young as kind of prospects, I guess, who you think might be able to step the levels up again. But at 29, he's been around a little bit, and he's really hit the ground running with those numbers.
Looking at him, Paul, I mean, you look at it's very much like a woo whatever his name is that I said. I can't remember his name now. Adebola Awuwu.
Easy for you to say. Adebola Awuwu, mate. Awuwu.
Easy to say. But you look at them both, and they've both done the lower leagues. They've both done Blue Square South, and he's been at Aylesbury, Solihull Moors, Ilkeston. Your guy. Yeah. So they've done the time, they've done their apprenticeship, haven't they? They've built up, and now they're getting to where they can live in this division. And he's scoring some goals and creating chances as well. He looks like he's a good player. That.
Yeah, he does. He does indeed. The next one's a little bit of a contentious one for us, isn't it? With Jordan Motson, one of our co-hosts, has sent in this player. I think some of us will recognise this man, Callum Patterson. He's signed for MK Dons on a free from Sheffield, midweek Sheffield, whatever they're called. He's I mean, coming from the Championship, you're looking for players that can come in and make an impact, and obviously he'll be going there as someone who's obviously played at a higher level again, dropping down a couple of divisions. I think that was one criticism I had of him in the Championship, was his legs were looking a little bit like you have to have a certain amount of physicality, because Louis Barry's finding out, to survive in the Championship, and he's had a good start by all accounts.
He's always been a good player, hasn't he? He's been a good Championship player. His mid-table Championship player is decent, and he's doing well this year, isn't he? He's 4 goals and 4 assists. So MK Dons have brought him in to do a job, and he's doing the job. It's a good signing. It was free, obviously. Yeah, so it's good. It's a good transfer.
A lot of know-how. I'd imagine. But, and it means so much, doesn't it, at that level? Sometimes it's just that half a yard in your head, as certainly it's showing as well. And David McGoldrick, players who've gone down the levels and just what they know about football, compared to some of the guys they're against is massive, isn't it? So and last one, again, we have to confess to not knowing too much about all of these. You might know a bit more about this one, Darren Oldacre. Okay, Jimmy's gone for Darren Oldacre, Swindon Town, formerly of Chesterfield.
Correct.
Back of the woods, isn't it, Lee?
It's not quite. Another guy that's done the lower leagues again, though, Paul. Hythe, Billericay, Welling, and then gone from Dorking to Chesterfield and Chesterfield to Swindon. And for me, just like a really good. He's 26, central midfielder, good, solid signing at this level. That they brought in, and Swindon are doing okay. So it's a good signing. It's a very good signing.
Yeah, I mean, I want to give a big shout out to my mate Chris Renouf, who's over in Australia. He's a follower of the channel. Actually, he's a Swindon Town supporter. He follows it and he goes and takes his dog for a walk and listens to all the shows as he does that. He tells me. So big shout out to my mate Chris Renouf, who big Swindon fan, and I know that he'll be championing him, and he'll like the fact that we've mentioned him on the stream. So fair play to Chris. All right, so next one, we are going to go into League One, Lee, with your first choice.
And my choice is Max Power. Max Power is at Bradford City now. He's done the leagues. He's played at Sunderland. Always been a good, consistent performer. And he went over to Dubai. He played in the second division in Dubai. He's come back. He was unattached. They've picked him up. And even though he hasn't scored this year, he's got 1 assist. When you look at the statistics of what he's doing at Bradford and what he's given him in the midfield as a playmaker and running the games, it's fantastic. He's just. I've always liked this lad. I've always thought he was a really good player. And to get him on a free, put him in that midfield, and then to see how he's doing and how they're doing now, it's a great transfer, that is.
Mate, I've heard he's electrifying, and he's absolutely. I could see now Danny Zuko. No, but I'm not. I won't do that. Yeah, Max Power.
He gives that team a spark. He gives Bradford a spark, doesn't he?
Oh, he does, mate. Yeah. Oh God, mate. The dad jokes from a couple of dads here. Yeah. Max Power, great name as well. Strong name, probably the best of the lot. You've got to be good though, aren't you, if you're going to be called Max Power? But yeah, I'm glad he's doing well. For Bradford City, we've got a bit of an affection for, haven't we? I think. The next one, I know some people would argue with this, is I've gone for Josh Bowler, who obviously is back at Blackpool. He was signed by Nottingham Forest and ended up going a little bit off, didn't he? Because he didn't have he was signed there, and it was kind of a weird one. He was put straight out on loan, wasn't he? And he just never really got an opportunity. But he was signed, Lee, and this is where my argument comes for Josh Bowler being a good signing on a free. He was signed for over £1 million, I think it was, about that, by Forest because of his potential. I've seen him at Bramall Lane play, and I've seen him play. And he was their talisman. When they were in the Championship, he was the man that they put the ball to. He made things happen. He was a left footer cutting in off the right hand side, and was incredible. Like, he was their go-to man. And to get him playing for you in League One and with no fee attached, an affection for the club. He's still only 26 years old, believe it or not. So he's not even anywhere near where you'd say. Well, you might say he might be coming into his better years now on a free, on a permanent contract. He to me feels like someone who could really light up League One.
I mean, again, this is a lad who went to Forest, but he's been to Olympiacos on loan. He's been back to Blackpool on loan. He's been to Cardiff. He's been out to Luton. He's a good player. He's a Championship player that they've got playing in League One, and they got him for nothing. It's a great signing. Yeah,
I think he is good. A good player, certainly. Like you say, he's almost like he can't be a risk. His legs won't have gone, sustained any injuries. He might need to take a little bit of time to get back into playing regular first team football. But you can imagine the level for him will suit him down to the ground, and he'll be. I'm sure we'll be seeing some highlight reels of him this season. So the next one has been plumbed for by Jordan and Jim. I think it's a very it's a good choice, but an obvious choice, and it is. Here we go. Mario Kosciuszko, who is signed by. You can see both of them there, the Jord and Jim. Lovely job, boys. Well done. Lovely photos. They're he's someone that Sheffield United fans I know would like to see a little bit more of. Maybe I'm not sure. They might want to have a look at him. But I keep clicking off this, and it's not letting me go back. Never mind. There we go. Oh gosh, there we go. Sorry. Cool. There we go. For some reason, the little icon that I need keeps disappearing for me, Lee. So I don't know what that is. It's all good fun. No, Jimmy never makes a mistake either, so that's fine. But
I had a look at him. This Kosciuszko. And his statistics are incredible this season. You know, his attacking statistics. I've got them down here. I put them on earlier today. And you look at he's in the top for goal involvements. He's up there for non-penalty goals, XG. Is the most successful dribbler. He's got the most assists. He's got the most key passes. You know, this kid, what is he, 19? 20-year-old on loan from Brighton. 4 goals, 5 assists. It's fantastic from what he's doing from his position.
But you do know what the problem is, though, don't you? And I'm not trying to pour some cold water on this. You know what the problem here is, don't you?
Go on.
Well, he plays for a Premier League team, okay? And as we've seen before, what they're doing with loans is they're trying to get their young players developed as quickly and as to get them up to speed with the first team as much as possible. Yeah. Now, if you go down to League One, Louis Barry, it brings to mind, and you start tearing it up and scoring goals for fun all over the show and doing really well. Yeah, it's great if you're a fan of the club, but be prepared for heartbreak, because by the time January comes and they go, right, okay, we could probably get a bigger loan fee for him from someone from potentially the Championship. And there'll be lots of clubs sniffing around, watching those highlights, going, we could do with a bit of that. And the problem they've got is it is probably going to be a short but sweet affair, you'd imagine, with that. Unfortunately, the football hierarchy and the food chain made it take that it's a very short visit for the young man. Because I know as Sheffield fans, we've been thinking, oh, this one could work. We tried it last season, didn't we? When we tried it based on someone else tearing it up in League One, but it didn't really work. So yeah, it's one of those. You can't deny his quality. You watch the highlights, it's like watching, Rory the Rovers, isn't it, a little bit? So yeah, but we'll watch.
I know a team who needs a right winger if he wants to come to the Championship. Put it that way,
mate. I know a team who needs more than a right winger. So yeah, so trump that. Right, okay. So we'll move on. Yeah, he's a great choice, boys. Out of the 3, it's hard to say really. I think that as an asset, you're looking at Max Power and Bowler obviously being a great asset for now and for next year and then maybe the year after. He's just a really good loan signing. So yeah, you can get on board with that. Into the Championship. Go on,
Paul. I would say I think you've probably got the best signing in League One. I think that's probably the best one personally, because he's the experience, and the fact they got him on a free. He's not going anywhere. He's not like Dubry, who could be going back in Jan. I think Bowler's the one. I think that's a good call.
Yeah, well, I just remember from my experience of him, and I'll be honest, there isn't that many who I've seen live play from League One. Obviously, unless we were there a few years ago, but no, he's somebody that I remember seeing live and thinking, yeah, there's something about him, and obviously Forest thought enough of it to think that he was worth a go. So yeah, I think he's at that level. He could be a world beater. So we'll wait and see. But anyway, let's get into the Championship League. Let's have a little look at this one. Go on then, mate.
So I've gone for the goalkeeper at Charlton, Thomas Kaminski. Now, Charlton have got the lowest wage bill that we talked about last week. And are they about 7th, I think, in the league? 7th or 8th, 6th, 7th or 8th. He's had 6 clean sheets already this season. I know that's not just the goalie, that's the back 4 as well and the rest of the team in front. But if you, as we found out on Tuesday night, if you're sure about a goalkeeper behind you, the back 4 plays far better. And this lad was good at Luton, of the last couple of years as well. And he's carried it on. He's gone to Charlton. That's a really good buy by Charlton. £1 million. That is a really good buy.
I think this is a great shout, and the reason is when you get promoted to the Championship, as Charlton have done, and are proving that they've got plenty enough to not only stay here but potentially, excuse me, mount a challenge for something else this season, maybe. But excuse me, I just need some water. I ain't got any. Yeah, he was brilliant for Luton. He played well for Luton, didn't he, in the Premier League as well. And yeah, I just think he's a really, really shrewd signing for a team going up. What you want is a solid base, don't you, to work from. If you're going to build a season, you got to start with a good goalkeeper and a good back 4 or 5 or whatever you're going to play. And certainly he's the starting point. And I think, like you say, for £1 million, it's a superb signing. Can't argue with it. So on to the next one. This one's mine. A discount price, you'd have to say, for a man who was once worth quite a lot more in this division. And that man is, if it'll let me click on it. No, it won't. Thank you very much. There we go. Has that gone through? Oh, I think Jimmy's jinxed it. I don't think I can get him on. Oh no, Kaminsky. Oh, we'll just look at him. He's better looking anyway. But he doesn't. This doesn't work, Lee. Oh my days, Jimmy.
Just talk about if we give everybody a clue and just said he wears yellow boots.
What's he do? What's he done? I can't believe this. I can click on that one, but I can't click on this one. Oh, never mind. Oh well. We'll just have to imagine his beautiful face and his goatee. It's Ollie McBurney, Sheffield United's not forgotten man by any means, but certainly, obviously leaving Sheffield United, signing for Sheffield United for 20 million quid ish. We say ish, we don't, yeah. And then obviously quite a few seasons for us. A couple of good seasons in there for us. One where he got about 15 goals, and another one in the Championship, and another one where he was decent for us in the season. We finished 9th in the Premier League as well. I think there was talks of him coming back from Las Palmas in Spain when his deal ran out, and Hull City swooped in. His old mate was there, John Egan, John Lundstrom, the Johns, have convinced him to go there, and he has absolutely smashed it. 6 goals, 3 assists, 4 man of the match performances, 7.38 average rating in 10 games. Now he is injured, which again we know that happens as well. But he's and there he is, the man himself. He's for me. There's a lot of fans now with what's been going on with us up front, with the loss of Kiefer Moore, bemoaning the fact we didn't go and get him back. But yeah, he's certainly divided opinion at Sheffield United, but you can't argue with his performances for Hull.
I liked him at Sheffield United. He is Marmite, isn't he? As a footballer, he's proper Marmite. I quite liked him. I like what he did. He also broke my younger kid's nose when Regan was at Chesterfield and he was at Bradford in the youth teams, under 18s.
Claim to fame.
No, not really. But
there's quite a few of them, isn't there? I think is it a few of them?
A really good player, a good striker. He's hit a bit of form again. Unfortunately, he does miss some games through injuries every year, but for free, it is a no-brainer. And if he'd have come back to Lane, I'd have been very happy. The fact that the analysts didn't want him, so he's gone elsewhere. That's I feel we've missed the boat. But yeah, good luck to him, and it's a good shout. It's a good shout.
It's a good shout. I think I like it. These numbers don't lie. When you're a striker, that's all you want from your strikers, assists and goals, and certainly he's more than delivering early doors for them. So yeah, fingers crossed. It doesn't carry on. only joking, Hull City. So here we are. Now to the next one. Jordan Motson again, the slayer of Bramall Lane. Carlton Morris. A really, really good signing for me from Luton Town. And just a really physically powerful player. Has a bit of everything. Good in the air, quite tenacious, decent finisher. Championship striker. If you're Derby County, who struggled last season, to get him in the door, there's a lot of players looking around going, thank God for that, because he's guaranteed goals at this level for me, given the service.
We've helped a lot, but he's got 9 in 14. It's fantastic. For me, if they'd have said to us, we've got Carlton Morris coming in summer, we'd have been all right with that, But he's Campbell, but fit, in my opinion. So I like him. I liked him at Luton. I like what he stands for. I like his work rate. It's a good signing. The only thing is, I'd like to know how much it was, because they've done it undisclosed. But I wouldn't have thought it would have been much, because Luton were trying to offload players, weren't they? As Charlton have got 3 of them,
It's wages, mate, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
the trouble. The trouble teams going down. Certainly the way Luton have done it, where they've gone through 2 divisions, is that you've still got guys on the books there who probably, there will have been a reduction for Championship football when they're signing, obviously, but you'd imagine he was on decent wage there, and at the end of the day, for sustainability purposes, you've got to balance it out and run your club frugally and make sure that you don't get yourself into too much jeopardy, which guys on big money certainly put you in, especially if the revenues aren't the same as before. Another one for us to regret or not regret or who knows what is this man who, let's fair to say, divided opinion at Bramall Lane. We haven't purposely done him because they're all Sheffield United or ex-Sheffield United players, we promise. But he's gone there and done a really good job for them. So, yeah, what do you reckon, Lee?
Can't really get on board with it, personally, with this one. Is he their best signing? He scored 7 goals, but is he the best signing they brought in, or is it the midfielder they brought in from Coventry? I forgot his name now. Who was the captain of Coventry, who I think is a fantastic player. It's a good player and it's a good signing. Is it the best signing of the season? I just can't jump behind it as much. That one
for a couple of million quid, it's decent. Again, it's one of those ones when you're promoted. He's an established Championship striker, isn't he? So if you're coming up and you want someone and you're going to play the way that they play, which I've seen a lot of, it's a lot of balls into the box, a lot of 50-50 challenging for things in the middle, which is fine. Fair play. That's fine. No criticism with that. But he's good if you want to play like that. And I think that at United he never really got that kind of service.
That's true.
And when he did, he was able to do things. It wasn't really him moving towards the ball. I don't think he was quite as good at that as McBurney. But he didn't really have the pace, and I question his decision making at times. I think he represented decent business for us when he when the money came along, but he's certainly done very well for them since the start.
I didn't see the other night. Him and Windass look like they've got a good partnership. I'll give him that up front.
Yeah, well, I think again two players who are proven at the level, and if you're going up to that league, if you're going up a division, you want players like that in your team, don't you? So I don't blame him, and it's going well for him. So fair play to him. Do I think he'll end up with 20 plus goals? No, I don't. But we'll see. Gosh, I wish I had a glass of water with me. Right, I know. Right, on to the next one. So this is pretty much a slam dunk. All 4 of us plumb for the same player. And we allowed it because it's, for me, going to be a decision made by their chairman. And I was speaking to a Sunderland fan this last week who said the reason that they got him in was because the chairperson got on the phone, made the calls, made him feel the love, basically, because this man would have had options all over Europe to where he wanted to go. And with Sunderland probably being one of the favourites to go down at the start of the season, certainly before the season, a ball's kicked, they're in everybody or most people's bottom 3, aren't they? And he's joined that club and dragged them into a really, really great position in the table. Yes, it's early days, but you've got to say that the man, Granit Xhaka, Lee's lovely mug, myself, Joe Motson, and Jimmy, all plumbing for the same man. Now, I'm gonna let you talk about some of the metrics and where he sits in terms of the numbers, because his numbers at the minute are unbelievable, aren't they?
Yeah, just before that, 13 million quid as well from Bayer Leverkusen. It's a steal. But I've got a good friend, Mark Halliday, who's a season ticket holder at Sunderland. Shout out to Mark. Thank you very much for the info. And I asked him about him, and he says it's the best player he's seen at Sunderland since Stefan Schwartz, which is years ago. He says he'll be more influential than him to the rest of the team as well. And for 12 million, it's the deal of the season. And that's, this is a bloke who's my age, who's seen a lot of football at Sunderland, and like us, some bad sides as well as some good sides as well. So, but his statistics, I'll just get them back up now, sorry. So, his percentiles is in the 94th percentile for assists, is in the 98th percentile as expected assists, 85th percentile in completed passes, 82nd in successful passes, 80th in crosses, 89th percentile key passes. This is at the top of the Premier League with all these class players. And then you go into his defending stats. They're all 75% or above in players in the Premier League in his position. And this is an experienced player. I think he's got something like 114 Swiss caps. He's played in the Bundesliga over 200 times. He's played in the Premier League over 200 times. And they've got him anchoring that midfield, creating things, starting everything for 13 million quid. That is such a great signing.
I am quite shocked, at the numbers there for the creative side of it, because I didn't really, and he had his rough times, didn't he, at Arsenal? But you don't really remember him being that kind of player. And the only thing I can liken it to was Michael Brown in terms of, not in terms of the same player. I don't mean that, but what I do mean is Michael Brown for us was like everything, wasn't he? He was the influencer in the middle, at the back, at the front. He was everywhere, scoring goals, creating goals, all those memories that we have of him. And when he went on to other clubs like Spurs and beyond that, he sat in, didn't he? He was a deep player, and he was more like trying to control midfield with tackles and movement and other things like that. So I think he's going into Sunderland. He probably might have a little bit more license to be the creative player there, and it's certainly showing, obviously, with the numbers that you're talking about. Man of the match performances coming all the time, and I think it's a slam dunk in terms of the best sign in the Premier League. I think there are other honourable mentions that we have to sort of talk about when it comes to the Premier League ones, but we could get onto those in a minute. But some of the ones that have stood out for me, obviously, we'll do the wild cards, then we'll get onto that. But there's certainly some other ones that I think have done well in the Premier League so far. We're just going to do the last one, which is the wild card. So this was one where you could select from any four of the divisions. Lee, you've gone for Cozy Dewberry. Okay, we've already seen his mug once, haven't we? You've gone with him as somebody who has been a great signing, and I think we all agree that's good. I think we've spoken about him already.
The reason I went for him as a wild card was because he's on loan, and all the others I went for are permanent transfers. That's the only reason as a wild card, really.
Okay. Another one that's on loan, which myself and Jimmy went for, is Jack Grealish, who is, I think he's really, really balanced out that team in terms of I think they've been scratching around for somebody to play on that left-hand side for him for a few years. Flirted with relegation a couple of times, Everton, it's fair to say, in recent times. Obviously, they've got Ilman and Dye, who we know all about as well, who's, I think, is now starting to prove where he can get to, where he's going to go, and he's going to go to the very, very top. But this is obviously in Grealish, the man who's been to the very top, 100 million quid's worth of transfer fee from Villa over to Man City. A great creative player, done well for England whenever I've seen him play, commits players, wins more free kicks than anybody else, with Ndiaye on the one side and then him on the other, backed up with Dewsbury Hall in that three behind the striker. I still think they need, if they're going to go and challenge for Europe, they probably still need a Lukaku, but remember those days for Everton fans. They need someone else, I think, just to take them to that Aston Villa sort of level. That's that next stage for them. But certainly with those three at the top of the pitch, they look a massive threat, and Grealish contributing goals and assists. I saw an interview with him as well, and they said all he kept saying was, he simplified it for me. And you get the feeling he didn't really flourish with all the instructions of where he needed to be and what he needed to do with the ball. He said he's been allowed to go and play, and I think the freedom's being repaid to David Moyes and the Everton supporters.
I think that's the word that I would have used. Freedom. It's given him that freedom to play again, hasn't he? Instead of when the ball's here, you must be here. When the ball's there, you must be there, which is what Pep's known for. I mean, he's 5 goal involvements in 9 games. He's missed one through injury, I believe. I didn't like him when he was at Aston Villa when we were playing against him because he was always on the floor. But you could see that, he obviously had talent. And, if he wasn't going to affect you, you wouldn't be worried about him, would you? He's gone to Man City. He's done really well. And then he's gone to Everton. And the experience and the quality he's got is helping them so much. That front three, I mean, the centre forward's not great, is he? But the 2 wide men pushing in there now, fantastic. You'd put them up there in the top 6 in the Premier League as 2 wingers,
Yeah,
Very
well,
good.
I think, like you say, as a 3, they stand up in the division in terms for Everton, in terms of talent. I think Everton have been very, very workmanlike in terms of their approach over the last few years, and now they look like they've got a little bit of sparkle at the top there, which is missing for him. And he certainly contributes to that hugely, along with Inzai and to an extent Dewsbury Hall as well, who's a good signing. Yeah. Finally, George's gone for I was a bit surprised that he went for him. Can sort of see it. But this is Nick Walterman, who's signed for Newcastle. Obviously, he was signed very quickly. Well, I think he was signed just before. I think Newcastle had a little bit of a policy of we need to replace Isak before before he leaves for Liverpool, which was, I think Isak had been a little bit naughty in his approach to trying to get his move. And they wanted somebody in to lead the line for him. I think he fits the bill in terms of he's very good in the air from what I've seen so far. 65 million quid for a guy I wasn't really aware of feels pricey. But we're yet to be. He hasn't been wow, has he? I think he's been decent, and I think he looks a handful. But whether he's going to be, I think he could be good. But for me, the jury's still out a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, he's got 4 goals in 7 games in the Prem. But 65 million, it's a lot of money, obviously, for an unproven at this level. But most are when they come into this, from another country. But the thing about it that made me smile about it, he went from Werder Bremen to Stuttgart for €4 million a year ago, and now he's come to Newcastle for 65 million. It's
some business, that, isn't it? It's the Premier League tax that's been added. I should say.
He's Peter Crouch, isn't he? He's the modern day Peter Crouch. And if he has a career as good as Peter Crouch, he'll do well. But for me, the jury's out on him. I get it. I get why he's been put down as a good signing this summer, and he probably will be. His stats are okay, but yeah, for me, I'm not fully on board as well.
No, well, I'll tell you what, Lee, we've got our opinions, and obviously we're biased on who we think will be the best choices there. We'll let the punters have a go and tell us who they think has got it right and got it wrong, and obviously any extra names that are thrown in, well, I'm happy to read them out. We're going to go through some of these comments that we've received. Thank you for all the comments we've had so far. You'll know what talking about United's transfers. No, we will not.
We nearly were, Paul. If we'd have gone for mine, if we'd have gone for my idea, we would have been.
Yeah, well, yeah, I know, but we'll skip past that. We're trying to get everyone upbeat from the toil of being a football fan on the wrong end of things at the minute. Evening, chaps. I know it's pretty obvious, but I'd have to go for McBurney. Shame we didn't get him. Thanks, Ruben. Yeah, Ian, you're not alone there, pal. What a combination tonight. Hello, Lewis. How you doing, mate? Good to see you. Housewives' favourite and bald and brilliant. My sign of the season in the Premier League would be Granit Xhaka. Oh, come on, Lewis. You've read the script, mate. You've already read it. In the Championship, I would say Carlton Morris. Oh, Lewis, stop it. Always thought he was a good striker at the level. Did raise my eyebrows when we grabbed him. Kiefer going in the summer. We missed a trick. Agree. Give us that League 2 player's name again, Lee. Was it Dave? Yeah, it was Dave.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
League 1, Ollie Norwood. I think he was signed. He's been there a year, hasn't he? So he was off our list, Meldrew. But you're not wrong, mate. I think he's going there as probably the most technically gifted player in the division, but arguably. Dave Morwood. Good evening, Paul and Lee. It's therapy time. Going for a busy time in Jan. LNS, please. Like and subscribe, please. Yeah. Championship, go for power is a good shout, Lee. Max Power. That's a Homer Simpson things that I'm not going to do that. He's the man with the name. Love the mug, Lee. That's the drink. That's the drink as well. What's the mug, Lee? What you got, mate?
It's just Sheffield United shirts through the years.
Okay, very good. Yeah, I thought it was all about your face, mate. I thought it was like, oh.
Drinks Diet Pepsi. There you go.
Hey up, Paul. Thanks so much for this evening from another Laufey lad. Yeah, that's it, Paul. Good to see you, mate. Big shout for all of you in the Greyhound. Indeed, my granddad's was the owner of the Greyhound, the leaseholder. I used to live above it as well. So yeah, very good fun. Back in those days, a long time ago. Some Blackpool fans don't like him, and how it left before. Also played for PNE. What does he say then?
Bowler. It's about Bowler.
Oh, is he? Yeah, I think he could. I think he's going to be an X factor. There he is. Yes, boys. I don't know who that's from. Someone else. Best signing in the Championship. Harrison Armstrong was very good against us and rated very highly. Good player. Harrison Armstrong. Tell me more, Lee. Do you know?
Can't remember him. I'll have a look.
Meldrew, fill us in, mate. We've seen it, Paul. Okay. Can't remember what that is. Right. Seen McBurney 14 times before you told us. Okay. Yeah. Sick of the sight of McBurney after that. Indeed. We should have gone and got Morris. I agree, Jack. Yep. I'm with you there, mate. To be fair, no matter who we sign, he won't play to their strengths. Oh, come on. Go on, positive, Jack. Come on, positive, Jack. We're not on about United tonight. One of the biggest mistakes we made, letting Moore go. Oh, it goes on. We do it a lot and sign players and don't play to their strengths. Indeed, yeah, I did. Yeah, it's kind of what we said. I'm going to skip past some of these now. Marks, I'd have had Wind ask me, bit of Puhalzer, yeah.
Very much so.
I know it would have been. I'm saying nothing actually. We did an absolute unit of a player up front. Yeah, we do. We could do a physical presence. You're right. Imagine us signing a player like Zaka. The sliding doors of football. Would Sheffield United have got him? If it had been us, if that goal had been disallowed, would we have got Granit Xhaka?
I would say Wilder might have, but the analysts definitely wouldn't have.
No, the analyst would have had someone from Bulgaria or somewhere. Our recruitment needs to improve. Yeah, you're right, mate. Is it Zaka or Matos? Who's going to be better in the end? We don't know, do we? We don't know. Walter Marder, fantastic signing, Mark. Yeah, big question. Does Grealish get into the squad for the World Cup? I would say that is a great question and one that we might address for you, Meldrew, at some point very soon on Football Therapy. Jack Grealish, if he carries on his form, is he worth a spot in the World Cup squad? We'll say nothing, I think, Lee. I think I think he's giving us another show to do there, mate. So we might stick with that. Walter Marder, some right pressure on him to start scoring straight away, given Isaac's issues. And he's done really well. Yeah, he's certainly done, you'd have to say, better than Isaac. Would you agree, mate?
Yeah, definitely. Isaac's done nothing, has he? Well, he's done there. So you've got to say Walter Marder has been a better signing than Isaac this season.
I from Liverpool, Mrs. Parents live in Mablethorpe. And another one. So my granddad, who owned the Greyhound, and my grandma, then moved to Mablethorpe, and he managed the Cons Club in Mablethorpe. So yeah, there you go. Another link. Cheers, Meldrew. Yeah, I mean, I know about Mabo, mate. I know about them slot machines. Crikey, many a day wasted there. Not wasted. Father-in-law is a Luton fan, but told me we should have signed Morris. Agreed. And Liverpool. Should Liverpool have signed Isaac? I think that's one that could get better for them down the road. For honourable mentions, I think João Pedro is a good signing for Chelsea. Donnarumma's not pulling up trees at the minute, but I think he's a next level for City. For once, I was going to talk to you about this actually. Robin Roofs, Reinders were good signings. Ekatike's a decent signing. But of Liverpool and Manchester United, I just wanted to bring this one up. So Manchester United seem to have pulled their finger out a little bit with their transfers. And Bummo and Cunha certainly at this in the Premier League are, for me, really, really good signings and guaranteed goals at the level. Where Liverpool, for the first time in a while, has kind of dropped the ball a bit on their recruitment, would you say? I mean, I think the Wirtz money and the Isak money put them under massive pressure, which they're not really delivering on at the minute. But then you've got Kirkes, Frimpong, who's been signed as probably first team players in those positions, I would argue, and they're not really looking the part, are they? So tell me more, Lee, what do you think? Do you think that Man United have trumped Liverpool this window for the first time in a long time?
I do. I mean, the two signings that they brought in are very well. They brought more than two, but those two that you mentioned are fantastic players. Definitely levelled Manchester United's first team up, without a doubt.
Yeah.
And they're experienced in this league. And then you look at Frimpong, not played here before, got a lot of quality, 40 million euros. Kirkes, nearly 50 million euros from Bournemouth and did well at Bournemouth. Well, it's a step up. You're stepping up. The one I do like is, or I think is going to be really good, is Ekitike. He looks a good player. You know, he's big, he's quite quick, he's strong. I do like the look of him, but there's 95 million euros. You know, you're looking at 85 million quid. It's for a lad who's got a lot of potential and will do well. It's still a risk, isn't it? But I don't think they bought anybody for 2 years before, really, of any money, did they?
Well, I know I think they've been stockpiling a bit, but I think I think it's going to be difficult because Ekitike, he came off on, I think he was about 75 minutes the other night, and he looked like someone had just nicked his sweets. He was really upset, and I was like, oh, that's going to be really interesting because when you sign for that kind of wedge, you think you're going in as a first team footballer.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think he's got an interesting job on his hands slot, and he'll obviously want his two big guns in Wirtz and Isak to start hitting the straps soon. But yeah, I think for once they've dropped the ball. Oh, right. So I'm going to now move on. In the interest of my kids.
Just a quick one, Paul. I think Eze will turn out to be a fantastic piece of business as well for Arsenal.
For Arsenal, I do too. Madueke has done well. Madueke's a good surprise as well for Arsenal, isn't he?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to add our guest to the stage now for our little prediction section. He is the man in black. Gaston, how you doing, pal? Are you all right?
Yeah, good, mate. How are you?
Well, I'm currently trying not to choke. What I'm going to do is, boys, I'm going to let you start. I'm going to run away and come back. All right, I'm just going to go and get a drink.
No worries. So, right, we've started this predictions league, and last week we had Jamie Dumpling on. And to say we didn't do very well is an understatement. So, I got 1 point. Jamie for the Ramblers got 1 point. Jordan got 1 point. And Paul got 1 point out of a possible 15. Only one person really got worse than us. And old Jimmy got no points whatsoever. And I'm taking no joy in that whatsoever, as you can tell in my face. That wasn't good. So the leaderboard at the moment is the Ramblers are top on 11 with myself. Paul's in third on 10 points. Jordan on 8 points. And Jim is on 6 points. So anyway, just moving off it till Paul comes back. Would you think? What have you got for transfer of the season, Gaz? Because you know your football.
Transfer of the season.
Any division.
I think Kiefer Moore. I think Wrexham have got a steal there just because of the way they play. And that. I'm trying to think outside the box and away from United. To be honest, off the top of my head, I think Isak's probably the worst buy. That's what I think at the moment.
Currently at this stage.
I think Grealish is an absolute steal for Everton.
Yeah,
very much at Man City. He was a small fish in a big pond, where now he's a big fish in a small pond. No offense to Everton, but he is literally, if he's fit, not playing Man City, he's playing. And I think like you said earlier, they sort themselves out. I think having him and Ndiaye there at the moment.
Yeah,
I think it's a great shout. I really do. So yeah. I think there's quite a few good. Like I say, I Isak for me, is the one that's the worst for me. I think Liverpool have made. I see that as a Carroll incident again. Newcastle again have just had. I think openly and honestly, have had Liverpool's eyes out again for twice in the past 15 years or so.
Oh, Dunny, I think you stand to be corrected, mate. Honestly, I think he's. He's just out of form, mate. I think he's a good player, Isak. I know he's had a couple of good seasons. I think I don't know. It could be what works in the future. I wouldn't say he's the worst one. He's not one that I would go, oh, we've written him off. There's players that we've got that I've written off already, but I haven't written off Alexander Isak just yet.
Yeah, I can see a Carroll incident coming again.
Well, you went it first on the therapy.
Yeah. It's all getting cropped now, isn't it?
Maybe not. We'll see. We'll see. I still think he'll get 15 goals, guys, this season.
I don't.
I don't think that's a big ask. I think that's a big ask.
Do you think it's big? I think.
I mean, he's got at the moment.
You got Jeff Hall at the minute, mate, but I think he's got.
No, definitely not getting 15. Then.
No, I still think he's gonna. When he gets in and gets in form, the chances come for Liverpool, mate. We'll see. Anyway, let's go on to the
point for that one.
Yeah, I know. Mate, a point on that one. Well, we might have to. Let's have a look then. Let's have a look at these results then, Lee. I'll let you talk us through what the boys have gone for, and then we can hear from Dunny to hear what he's got to say.
Okay, so his first fixture this week that Jim picked is Spurs versus Man United. So Jim's gone for 1-1. Paul's gone for a 2-1 Man United win. I've gone for a 2-2 draw. Jordan's gone for 1-1. And Gaz Dunn's gone for
1-1.
One apiece.
Yeah, there's 3 of us on that though now.
A lot of splinters are there, isn't there? A lot of splinter bums there.
It's one of them games though, and it's hard to predict where they're both playing at the moment.
It's what Spurs turn up, let's be honest, and what Man U turn up. So it's easy just to go.
Spurs are just better away though, aren't they? It feels like at the minute, and like I say, Man U I think they're making a bit of a resurgence, and like I said, with their attacking threats they've got. I don't know. We'll see. See Van der Ven's goal actually. Did anyone see?
Yeah, very good.
Oh my god! What a guy! He is lightning quick, isn't he? I can't believe no one's ploughed him down like on the halfway line.
Yeah, just take one for the team on that one, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's an easy yell. The truth is, can anyone get anywhere near him when he sets off? You've got to.
He's so quick.
Yeah,
so quick.
In that situation, you just think, somebody's just got to go right. I'll have him. Just go and try and take him out.
Got a going.
But yeah,
great
finish as well. Like after all that, it was like watching watching someone. They put on the video, they speed it up on the video recording, like this, like Benny Hill or something like that, weren't it? It was great. Awesome goal for man. Not what he's there for, but still awesome.
No. So the second game, this is your pick, Paul, is Stockport v Luton. So we'll go to Gaz first. What do you want for that one, Gaz?
Oh, I've got 2-0 Stockport. I think they're on a roll at the moment.
2-0 Stockport. So Jim's gone 2-0 Stockport. Paul's gone 2-0 Stockport. I've gone 2-0 Stockport.
You haven't.
And Jordan's gone 2-1 Stockport. So hopefully Stockport win. So we get some points.
Just for the record, Meldrew's gone 2-0 Stockport as well in the comments. So. If that rolls in, mate, it won't do, obviously, based on our previous track record. But
right.
Go on. Next game, Lee.
The next game's mine. It's Doncaster Barnsley. I like to keep it local. Gaz, Doncaster Barnsley.
1 apiece, level on points, separated by goal difference. Yeah, 1 apiece. Derby.
Yeah. So Jim's gone for a 2-1 Barnsley win. That's to keep his mate happy, innit? Paul's gone for a 1-1. I've gone for a 2-1 win, which will keep Cal happy as well. Jordan has gone for 1-1. So we're all there or thereabouts. We don't think there's much in it, do we?
No, Barnsley are in funny form, aren't they? They started off really well, scoring loads and loads of goals, and now it's just sort of tailed off a little bit, hasn't it? I think a couple of draws in the last 5 or whatever. So local games they're always tight, aren't they?
Yeah, and Donny is one of them that on the day they can beat any team. On the day they just pull a result out, don't they? Well, they're sliding a little bit, aren't they, at the moment? So I do fancy Barnsley just to nick them personally.
any given Sunday. Meldrew's gone 2-1 Barnsley as well, and he went 1-1.
Tell you what, we're not far off me and Meldrew.
I know, yeah, I know.
So the fourth one, Jordan's pick, is Sunderland v Arsenal. Do you want to go first, Paul? What you had, do you know?
3-0 Arsenal I've gone for. I watched them play the other night, and they kind of, at times, Sunderland, they looked a little bit 6s and 7s on Monday night. It's certainly in the first half, I thought they're going to get pinned back here by Everton. I thought they were second best by quite a way. And Arsenal are the kings of pinning teams in. And if you can't, if you're not composed enough to get out of the press, it can be really, really difficult. And although I think they've done it exceptionally well, and no dissing Sunderland there for any Sunderland fans who watch this, Arsenal are the kings of pinning teams in. And I just feel like it's going to be Arsenal's year, personally, that for me. Although Sunderland, I think, may end up with a top half finish, but certainly Arsenal, for me, are going to win the title, and it's the sort of game that they're going to like, I think. I think Xhaka will play out of his skin, obviously, but
yeah.
I think they'll come a cropper there.
What do you fancy, Gaz?
So I've got 2-0 Arsenal. I can't see Sunderland scoring against them too much. They'll get, like you say, they're going to get stuck in. They're just going to sit and press them, and they won't be able to get out.
So Jim's gone for a 1-0 Arsenal win. Jordan's gone for a 3-1 Arsenal win. And I've gone for a 2-0 Arsenal win. And it's for the same reason.
Same as Meldrew. I love it.
And it's the same reason, even though, I really hope Sunderland do well and finish top 10 this season, because they're a proper club and, I do like them. Arsenal are just a juggernaut. They're just a juggernaut, and they'll just walk over them, I think. I just think they'll be too strong. So I can't see Sunderland having more than 2 or 3 shots, to be fair. I think they'll just get steamrolled.
Yeah, well, there you go. That's that ties it up then. That's I think there's a lot of similar scores again. Last week was rubbish, wasn't it, Lee? In terms of no one did.
Yeah, I went through it beforehand, and we all got one apart from Jim, who got none at all. So
yeah, guys,
one more game. We've got one more game.
Oh gosh, sorry, have we? Sorry, lad. You got gone.
It's our guest game.
Blackburn Derby, isn't it? Yeah, of course it is.
Blackburn v Derby. So come on then, Gaz. What we got?
Yeah, so I picked this because I think it'll mean something and down for us at the bottom of the league. That's why I picked it. I've gone 2-0 Derby. Derby are on a roll at the moment. I thought Morris is on fire naturally. I thought that, we didn't play very well at the weekend, but they look good. And I know Blackburn got a result the other night as well, but I've gone Derby 2-0.
Paul?
I went 1 each. Blackburn Derby. I think it'll be close.
Yeah.
And Blackburn surprising a few people. They've got performances that I think, has Jimmy gone from getting relegated? I think he did, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
I don't think so. I told him that as well. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. But Blackburn 1, Derby 1 for me.
Yeah, they picked up the last couple of results after we beat them, haven't they? And because Ishmael were up for the sack, weren't they? They were thinking he was going to go next. So they've done quite well. So Jim's gone for 2-0. Jordan's gone for 2-1, and I've gone for 2-1, all for Blackburn. So we fancy Blackburn just to nick them. Yeah. So that's it all complete. Everybody's close today. There's not much difference between us all. It's going to be probably end up with 1 point each again, to be honest, and get them all wrong because we're terrible at the moment. And the leagues are just so tight. You can't call them, can you? There's just nothing between teams.
Well, the championship's impossible. It's like you might as well chuck a blindfold dart at a board. It's so hard to call at the minute. Except for a few teams definitely going to lose, and a few teams more likely to win. But we won't talk about them. But no, it's an interesting division. Again, makes it the most interesting division for me in terms of results wise. And the table. That again, we looked at it, didn't we? The other week, that top 6. My goodness, nobody in the world would have predicted that top 6 at the start of the season. Maybe Cov at the top, but after that, no clue about it. So fair play, keeps the league interesting. That's why we love it. We don't love it as much as we did last season or in previous years, but I'm sure it can turn around for us. Right, guys, just tell me one more thing. Who's got the best intro now? Whose is the best one, do you think?
I like George.
You like George?
Yeah.
Really?
Really, I like George.
Oh, no. I don't know. Gone for George. Which one do you like, Leek? You can't really say your own, can you?
I like Dave's.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, I like Dave's as well. Yeah. Oh, you put me on the spot there.
Yeah, sorry, mate. I didn't mean. I didn't want you to pick any favourites. Like your kids are, I don't know which one I prefer today, but no, it's.
No, I'll probably stick with George.
Yours, Paul. My wife likes yours, but then again,
yeah.
Housewives' favourite.
Well, there you go. That's it, mate. To be honest with you, I know that Jim even left us a voice note, didn't he? He was quite insistent that you got the correct intro for Lee today.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit of a toe tapper. I know which one my son prefers, so just
Bold and brilliant, that's our lead. Knows the pitch like the back of his knee. No need for hair, he's got strategy. Football genius, yeah. That's Bally.
let that nestle in your heads, everybody. Nestle. In the morning, you'll be going along. Football genius, yeah, mate. It's already happening at our house, so I just want to infect everybody else with it. But thanks for coming on, lads. I appreciate it. It's been a really good and enjoyable show again. Thank you very much for joining me. See you later, the football world. Take care of yourselves and each other.
Cheers, lads. Up the football.
Have a good one.
Up the football, indeed. Up the football. And play the outro because my computer's ace tonight. See you later, boys.